In the UK, party leaders are closing in on the finish line as Britons prepare for the country's general election.
The Liberal Democrats are attempting to sweep to power on a message of change. Sound familiar? And they've even enrolled a porn star to help boost the party's popularity. From London, Emma Alberici reports.
Liberal Democrat candidate Anna Arrowsmith is checking her latest batch of election flyers. Her home in suburban Kent is not only her campaign headquarters, it's also where she makes adult films.
Nice knickers, love.
Thank you.
Her pornographic movies are aimed directly at women, and they've won a string of awards.
In '79, when Margaret Thatcher was standing for the Conservatives, now my family's, and I'm not a Conservative, never have been, but I remember rooting for her, and I was 7 years old, so I can remember thinking, you know, you first woman MP, a Prime Minister in this country, this would be incredible.
Party leader Nick Clegg, who famously told an interviewer he'd slept with no more than 30 women, says porn isn't his cup of tea, but he supports his candidate for Gravesham because she's part of the change the country needs.
I'm somebody that will fight and move things forward, so people respect that, and they like the fact that, you know, I'm not a cardboard cutout politician.
The Prime Minister doesn't think he's a cardboard cutout politician either, and in the final 24 hours before the polls open, he's been trying to appeal to female voters, keeping his wife close by and taking questions from members of an online networking group who've had so much influence on this campaign, it's been dubbed the Mumsnet election.
The one who's been applauded the most is Miriam Clegg, who has stepped back from the campaign, who came out and said, look, I'm not going to go round for 6 weeks with Nick because I can't. I've got a job, I've got children, and I can't just give up everything because my husband's on the campaign trail.
Mumsnet polling have the Liberal Democrats on 43%. Good news for the candidate for Gravesham. Anna Arrowsmith's constituency here in Kent is considered the classic bellwether seat. In all but 3 general elections since World War I, it's fallen to the party who's gone on to form government. It's currently held by the Conservatives, but there are only around 600 votes that separate the two big parties. It's shaping up as a hard fight for the Lib Dem candidate.
Is that the one who's a porn director, isn't she? That's disgraceful.
You know, I'm a man, I do like a porn film now and again, but or I used to. You know, I'm a bit too old now.
Because she's a porn queen or something. I don't want anything to do with that.
She's been voted the best director of porn films in the UK for 2 years running. Whether she can arouse the interests of the Conservative voters in this seat will soon be revealed. Emma Alberici, ABC News.